Hi there. What if I told you that the next 90 days could completely transform your handmade business? I hope you're well. Thank you for being here. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something that could completely transform your handmade business in just 90 days. So, 3 months or 12 weeks. So, listen in because this is going to be good. First of all, though, before I get going with that, I want to ask you something. When was the last time that you allowed yourself to really dream about what your handmade business and life could become? We don't often take the time to just sit and dream about the future. This daydreaming that we've been told you shouldn't get distracted by daydreaming is actually really important. And it's important to put aside the time to, rather than get distracted in daydreaming, to actually allocate time for dreaming about the future and dreaming about what it could be. So there are literally hundreds, thousands of makers out there, many doing exactly the same thing as you. And the ones that succeed aren't necessarily the most talented or have the most funds or have the biggest collections of work. They're the ones who have a clear vision and a solid plan to get there. And they know what success looks like for them and they know what they're working towards. And that's what I want to help you to identify. Oftentimes, makers like you and I have the skills and we have big dreams, but we get stuck in a cycle of lots of different things, from the production side, working on the production side of our business, getting stuck into the things we love, so making the pieces, and we forget to work on our business. You may try random marketing strategies and activities that don't work. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's a bit hit and miss. And you start to feel overwhelmed by all the business advice that's out there. And you slowly watch your dreams for your life and for your future slip by over the months and years as they roll on. You get lost in the day-to-day without actually making real progress. If this sounds familiar, I know it does to me in my experience, then today I want to go through a system to change that and to make it better for you. It's one that I use and it's made a huge difference to my focus, my productivity, and actually achieving the goals that I want. It's about working smarter and not harder. And that's what we're going to look at. The solution isn't another quick fix marketing strategy. It's something much more powerful. It's something from which all the other activities that you're going to do will stem from. And that is your vision. Think of it like planning a road trip. You wouldn't just start driving without knowing your destination. Is that right? You know where you want to get to when you get in the car. When you get on the plane, you know what the destination is going to be. And the same applies for your business. So let's walk through the exact process that I use in many of my workshops that I run for handmade entrepreneurs to help them map out their future and create a plan that actually works. And as I said, it's the starting point for so much that it's really important to spend time getting this right for you. And I say getting it right for you because everyone's vision of the future and what they want is going to be different. Without a vision for your future and what you want, you'll find yourself floundering around, not knowing what to do first and not knowing what goals or plans to put in place. And it will just end up being a big floppy bag of dreams that you'll be carrying over your shoulder forever, full of potential, but with no way out. Now, when I say a big floppy bag of dreams, and I say that because that's what it feels like sometimes when your dreams are just there and they're never coming into fruition. It reminds me of a time many, many years ago, before we had children, dogs, responsibilities, of going traveling with my now husband around South America. And we were on a bus in Peru, and a lady came on and sat in the seat next to me and put this big, colourful sack on her lap. And occasionally it would move and make funny noises. And it turned out she was carrying a sack of chickens. And that's what I imagine when I talk about a sack of dreams. Every now and again, this bag would start jittering around and make itself heard, make little noises. It had lots of potential. Those chickens were desperate to get out, but they were stuck in a sack. And that is exactly what I'm kind of talking about here. You need to take time to open the sack, let the dreams out, look at them, and make plans to let them fly, let them flourish and thrive and come to fruition. Take a moment to get the chickens, all your dreams, out of the sack, off the bus and into reality. That's a little bit of a weird story, but that's what I think of. We're just carrying around our dreams, but we're not doing anything with them. And so I want to help you with that. So the first step is going to be visualizing your future. So start by closing your eyes. Do this now, do this later, whenever you want. And imagine your ideal future. Think about where you are in the future. Are you in a studio? Are you at workbench? Are you in the same country? Are you with someone completely different? Who are you with? Are you with friends? Are you with family? Are you by yourself? What are you doing day to day? What does from the moment you wake up, the moment you go to sleep, what does that day look like for you? And what does it look like to be you in the future? Look down on yourself in the future. What are you doing? What do you look like? And write down everything you see. Don't censor yourself or hold back. This is your dream. So make it big, make it bold. It's your dream. Make a note of it. And then the next step is really important, is to make an emotional connection. So I want you to dig a little bit deeper. It's so important to make an emotional connection to your dream because it's going to get tough. It's going to get hard as you challenge yourself and move forward. So it's important to have that emotional connection so it will keep you motivated when the difficult moments happen. So how does this future make you feel? What aspects are bringing you the most joy? What would it mean for you and your family if this future became a reality? How would it change your life? And when you're thinking about this future, does it make you feel happy or sad, scared, excited to get going with it? And as I said, this emotional connection is going to be so important when things get tough. As you push yourself to try new things and to challenge yourself, you're going to need that emotional connection to keep yourself going. So you can do this for your big aspiration that you have for your future, or you can do this for 5 years from now or 3 years from now. The time into the future is less important though, but what is important is that you dream big and you feel really connected to this vision. And it's actually something that you want to do and you're going to want to work toward, and not somebody else's vision for success, or what you think somebody else's idea of success or vision for the future that they have of you. It's about you. Doesn't matter how silly or strange or audacious it is. It's about your vision for the future. So think about your lifestyle, think about your family and your friends, your income, your financial situation, and the legacy and the impact that you've had on others. You could also look at it as a eulogy for yourself. What are people going to say about you and the life that you had at the end? How are you going to be remembered? So these are all ways that you can think about your future. And it's useful as well to add visual cues to this visualization process as well. So you might want to make a mood board, or whether that's on a desktop or on your phone or on a poster that you put on the wall. Photos and phrases that will mean something to you will have a real impact. So I use pictures in my vision board as well. I have pictures of my family to keep me focused. I actually named my business after my 2 children. But I have a photograph from a beautiful fishing cove that we've been to on holiday. And I just felt so at peace there. And it was the best of times. And so I have that to inspire me to want more of that, to have more time to spend with family in beautiful places. And that's what inspires me to keep making sure that my business is providing the income that I need for that. So that's one of the cues that I use as for visualizing my future. And once you have your vision of the future in place, you can then start to effectively put in place plans and goals to help you get there. I like to work on a 90-day goal or a 12-week goal, or the 12-week year, which is outlined by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington in their book, The 12-Week Year, which is really good and worth reading if you're interested in that. And essentially, by working in small 12-week or 90-day periods, it's easier for you to stay on track and to stay motivated. And also, the main thing is to make meaningful progress towards your future vision. Once you have your future vision, think about where you'd like to be 1 year from now if you haven't already visualized that. And then think about the 3 or 4 milestones that you need to reach to help you get there. Now I want you to pick just one of those milestones as your first 90-day or 12-week goal, and work backwards and work out what you need to do each 30 days to keep you on track to meet your 12-week goal, and then what you need to do each week to meet this goal. And then plan out your weekly tactics and tasks and habits that you need to create. Now your 12-week plan or your 90-day plan isn't a to-do list of what you're going to do every day over this time. It's more to keep you focused on a particular goal that you're setting yourself. It may be that your first 90-day goal, your first 12-week milestone, is to build your audience. So every day, every week, you'll be doing key tasks, and you put tactics in place to help you achieve your goal of building your audience, and be really specific with it as well. So What's your audience going to look like? What platforms are you going to want to build your audience on? All these kind of things. And equally, if you had a fitness goal, you would put in place daily, weekly tactics to help you get fit. And it's exactly the same thing with your business. So it's not a to-do list. Quite often you can get confused with like, okay, this week I've got a dentist appointment. I've got to get this product out. I've got to post this order. I want to start working on my website. It's not a to-do list. It's very specific and it's very tactical. What is it that you're going to do each week, each day, to get you closer to that first milestone goal? It takes about 30 days of consistency to build a habit. So expect the first 4 to 6 weeks to maybe be a little bit more challenging as you start to work on your habit and build that habit. But once it starts to take shape, it will become easier. Achieving your weekly plans and your weekly goal will get easier. And remember to keep yourself accountable throughout the 12 weeks by checking in with your progress and your plans at the end of each week. Ask yourself, are you on track? Are there areas that you're slipping up? If you're regularly not meeting your weekly goals, what needs to change? Maybe you've overestimated what you can achieve in the week. I'm always doing this. I always think I can do so much and I have limitless amount of time. And to start with, at the beginning of any plan, I always seem to overestimate what I can do. So have a look at that. And also, maybe are you getting distracted by other tasks that aren't in line with your 12-week plan? The main thing, your 12-week plan is the key milestone that's going to move you closer to your future vision. So if you're constantly getting distracted by other things, you're not going to be working towards your future vision. And that's the key, is to be really strategic and stick to this 12-week plan. So think about what you can do to stay focused and keep your eyes on the prize. Remember, those small, consistent steps will lead to big transformations. The goal here is really to aim to achieve about 85% of your weekly plan. Those weekly steps that you're putting in place, those weekly tactics and habits that you're creating, you're aiming to achieve about 85%. If you can achieve 85% of them, then you will be a much better place to meet that milestone goal, and then which is ultimately what's going to bring you closer to your future vision. You won't always meet 85%. Some weeks may be much, much less. But the main thing is you're getting better and better each time. You're progressing, you're moving forward. And gradually, those small and consistent steps will take effect and they will turn into big transformations for you. I'm constantly telling my children, you're not good at something straight away. If you want to do your maths homework, it's going to take time to learn the foundations that you need to put in place. You're not going to be good at hula hooping straight away. It takes a while to get your body to move in the right way, but it's practice and repetition. So these things we all know throughout life. We know that we're not good straight away, but you need to take small, consistent steps to improve and to move forward. Here are a few tips to help you implement your plan for success. So, number 1, review your vision daily. First thing in the morning, have a look at your plan. What is it that you need to do today to keep you on track? And then track your progress weekly. So that's number 2, track your progress weekly. At the end of each week, look back. What have you achieved? What have you met? Number 3 is to build supportive habits. Now that might be something like, okay, I'm getting distracted by checking emails too much. So a supportive habit might just be only check emails twice a day, lunchtime and before the end of the day, an hour before the end of the day or before the end of your work day. Creating that habit will mean you'll be less distracted and it will keep you focused on the key task that you want to achieve. And number 4 is adjust your plan as you need to. Not every week is going to be the same. You can't copy and paste every week to get closer. Some weeks you may have moved past one stage of your plan. You're moving into the next phase. Some weeks may be a school holiday and you just don't have enough time to do as much as you would normally do. So you need to adjust your plan accordingly. And then finally, number 5, celebrate all the wins. Celebrate all those small wins that you do every day. Once you've got that habit sticking and you can do it without even thinking about it, celebrate that. Say, oh yes, I am now only checking my emails twice a day. Celebrate that habit. It doesn't have to be throwing a big party or going out for dinner. It can be something really small. It can be ordering that almond croissant from the bakery. We have an amazing bakery near the school and near my children's school. And it's quite expensive, but it's lovely. And to celebrate a win for me would be going and treating myself to an almond croissant. And that would be my celebration. So the key actions to put in place, to take away today and to put into place is number 1, set your vision for the future. What do you want? Where do you want to be in the future? What does your life, your future life and your future business look like? Number 2, decide where you need to be 1 year from now that's going to get you closer to your vision. Number 3, choose your 4 milestones that you need to achieve to meet your 1-year vision. And then select the very first one, that first 90 days or 12-week milestone that you're going to make a plan around to reach your vision for your future. And then number 5 is weekly goals, daily tasks and habits. Put in place habits you can get closer to achieving your 90-day plan. To help you get started, I've created a free Journey to Success planning PDF, which you can download the guide below, and that will help you start mapping out your creative business journey today. Don't forget, if this resonated with you, to hit subscribe and you can stay in the loop with all the strategies, tips and tactics that I'll be sharing on this channel, as well as moments from my own workbench as well. And finally, remember, your creative dreams deserve more than just wishful thinking. They deserve to be let out of the sack and given the chance to fly. They deserve a clear vision and a solid plan. I want you to start your 90-day journey strong and transform those dreams into your reality. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.